Wow. Just wow. Hello, welcome, you join me in my shed. Can I just start with a quick backstory? It all started in that shed there. It cost me £50 used, and then I painted it, put a desk in there and put a workbench in there. Then I cleared the top of my garden and built this shed. Then I got this huge shed, 24 feet by 12 feet. Now at this point I was wondering, is it a workshop or is it a man cave? So along the way I was watching YouTube, finding ideas, that sort of thing. Then I went on to extending this large shed and then linking the two together, and that's where we're up to now. Which brings me up to last year when I thought I'd set my own YouTube channel. I thought I'd upload a few videos, see how it goes, just documenting what I do in my man cave workshop shed. And I was amazed the channel started to grow. Gradually, but it started to grow. Some amazing subscribers. And about 2-3 weeks ago, I was getting close to 800 subscribers, and I thought, wow, this is just out of this world. And I thought, at some point, I might even get up to 1,000. One of the subscribers was Scoutcrafter, a friend of mine over in the USA. He subscribed because he's got a workshop that he's thinking of reorganising, and he was inspired by the organisation in my shed, which I was amazed by. Now, this guy is the guru of tool restoration, and his wealth of knowledge is outstanding. Scoutcrafter has got this amazing channel where he's got a great community of subscribers. Well, last week he put a video out recommending people to come and view my channel, and I was astounded by the amount of people and the comments that came over to my channel. It really was overwhelming. So from 2 or 3 weeks ago, going from just over 800, today I'm on around 1,500 plus subscribers. I'm amazed. As I mentioned in a few videos ago, I was going to do a giveaway when I got to 1,000. Well, that's come forward a lot quicker than I thought. So I put something together, a bit of short notice, but I thought I'll get a video out today. At the end of this video, I'll show you what the giveaway is, so stick around for that. So I got up to about 800 subscribers, a great bunch of guys, and then I've just had this influx of another 600 subscribers. My original lot are mainly from the UK. The ones that have come over are mainly from the USA, and there's some from Kazakhstan, New Zealand, Australia, Canada, from all parts of the world. So this giveaway is going to be to everybody in the world, so everyone's included. If you want to, comment below and chat to new and old subscribers if you like. Leave it up to you. Right, so I've got a few bits lined up in this video. I suppose you could say, Scout, my friend, bit of a mishmash, bit of homage to you. But first of all, a short clip, about 2 minutes long, to you, all my subscribers. Thank you so much. Oh, first, I'm gonna need that and that. I hope you enjoyed that. It's the fact that it just shows me that what I'm doing is worthwhile. So again, thanks. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Cheers. Right, next. I don't know if you like me, but I like to buy used things, second-hand items. So if I'm buying something at the workshop, I'll try and look around, see if I can get it used first of all, second-hand. And at the minute, I'm looking for a table saw, for example. And what I do is I tell as many people as I can, friends, family, whatever, I'm after one, because you never know. And to give you an example, I was after a log burner in this shed. So I spoke to one of my mates and I said, look, if you ever hear anybody that's selling a log burner or getting rid of one, just give me a shout. The next day, he called me. He says, you won't believe it. One of his customers just come in and they've got a log burner and he was going to scrap it. He says I could have it for free. I said, I'll be down there immediately, picked it up. It needs a bit of work doing to it because it was going to be scrap. But let me just show you the video. It's Saturday, it's the weekend, and it's red hot today in the UK. Here I am, looking in a shed, looking at a log burner. Let's have a look, see what it's like. I haven't got a sack truck, hence the caster trolley, which comes invaluable for things like this. Probably need to get one with rubber tyres on actually, so I can get over stones, etc. But anyway, it came with the front log guard, I think it is, slots into there. I think that's come off the back inside. It's come with the door, double glazed door. Back glass is broken, hinge brackets seem okay, which is good news. The handle's seized up. We'll have a look at that. Oh no, it's not too bad actually, I can move it just. And then we've got a grill as well. This is probably it sits at the bottom there in a recess. So all the ash falls out into the tray below, I believe. I've not done a massive amount of research on this, and I was hoping if any of you know a bit more about log burners, please comment away below. Especially if you've fitted them in a shed before. To lift the door up, you pull it, it lifts, a little catch on there. And the company it's made by is Nestor Martin. As you can probably see on here, there's a little Allen key to open up. I think that's the ash tray. So we'll take that out and have a look. As you can see, it's fairly rusty, but it's surface rust, it's cast iron. So this is going to clean up amazing, I'd have hoped. Nice little project to get it with teeth into. Debating on what sort of finish to do yet and how to actually treat it. I was even thinking about enamelling it. I've seen that done before. I think there's a DIY kit, but I will need to look into that more. Of course, just spray it or paint it. I may even invest in some evaporust. I was thinking first of all of using the vinegar option, and I've seen it done before where the soak kitchen towel in vinegar and then paste it all over the place inside as well and let it soak for a few days and then peel it away when it's dried off, and it should take most of the rust off. But I've not tried that option. Evaporust or one of the equivalents is probably the best way to go. Before that, I think I'll get in with the pressure washer to get in all the nooks and crannies. Then when I've treated the rust, I'll get the steel wheel on there with the drill and get in all areas I can. And then maybe onto the flappy disc sander on a grinder. Obviously, I don't want to take too much surface material off there because it's fairly rustic appearance anyway. It depends what extent I want to go to. Some steel that's rusted up on here as well that will need cleaning up once I take it apart. And there is a few stainless steel parts as well. I'm amazed how much this weighs. Oh, for a little thing like that, it's got to, I haven't weighed it, but it's got to weigh 60 kilos plus. I mean, it's a beast. It's been exposed in the back garden for a number of months, and this piece has been in direct sunlight and it was hot to the touch. I couldn't hold it. It was that hot. The heat stored in this cast iron is tremendous. So there's a little knob on here. I think that's, well, going from 1 to 6. That's probably the air control, I would have thought. Again, I've not looked too much into it. Let's take this Allen key out. We'll see if this Allen key is froze up or not. Hex head, should I say. Is that the right size? Nope, wrong size. So an 8mm, yep. Don't want to put too much pressure on it yet. That's solid. Put a little squirt of WD in there. Right, I'll let that soak in. So as far as I can see, it needs a good clean up. It needs a new leg. There's one leg missing there. I'm sure I can fabricate something. That was a bit loose, but I can tighten that up. Chimney or flue at the top there. There's actually a cutout at the back. Well, in fact, there's not a cutout, there's an indent at the back, so I can put a flue on the rear. But I think where I want to put it, which is over there, I'm taking that freezer out, taking the TV out. I've got to research the fireproof brick or fireproof plasterboard or whatever to surround it, and then I want to make a plinth for it to sit on. Now, this is a wooden floor in here, so do I take a section out of the wooden floor, make a base out of concrete, build it up and then put a plinth on top so I can make it out of slate or stone? Or do I just go on top of the wooden floor to put a fireproof membrane on there? I don't know. I've got to do a lot more research. But again, if you've got any suggestions, please let me know. The flue, the chimney, I want to do it so inner part and then an outer, so it's not hot to the touch. Just having a standard flue without an outer, or it's probably better with an outer. And then a spark arrestor at the top, and it sparks that comes out from the top of the chimney. Then a cap on top of the chimney, of course. Now I thought going straight through the roof, and I've seen these rubber seals you can get. This is a felted roof, so I'm wondering if I can put a seal plates on there with a cutout, or do I go up, out, and then up again? So it goes out to the front of the shed and then up, a hole through the sidewall basically. Yet to decide, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, clean it up, paint it. I think probably best thing to do is strip it down first, completely. I'll do that in an upcoming video. Get some glass for the door. Say it is double glazed. It's the inner that's broken, so that looks easy enough to take out. Free up the handle a little bit more. Put some new rope around the outside. What's the name for that? There is a name there, but again, I'm going to check that out. Once I've done it, I want to get it tested properly. I might look at speaking to someone who's already done one of these before, professional, tell them what I think I'm doing and see what they suggest, then get it probably tested at the end. I've certainly got a carbon monoxide detector in here. But yeah, I want to be safe. I don't want to cut any corners. And again, if you've got any comments, stick them below. Or suggestions how I should finish this. Enamel, spray paint, normal paint, high temperature paint, of course. Then can you get a clear coat? I don't know. So it's back to pure cast iron and then clear coat it to take the temperatures. That might be another option. Or do I just leave it raw cast iron? Again, another possibility. I've seen the heat energy fans. So you stick them on the side and the heat produces a motor to turns the fan, and then it circulates it around the room. In this shed, I've no doubt that this is going to heat it above and beyond, so I've got no worries about that, but a bit of circulation, a bit of air will be good. I'm not going to be using this, of course, until the winter, but I thought in the next, probably the next month, 2 months, I want to start getting it done, so lead up to autumn or the fall, friends in America. Yeah, go from there. So it'll be nice and toasty in the winter. I might even get a kettle to put on top for making cups of tea. Brilliant. Right, next. So video to come up on that. I'm going to strip it down, clean it all up, try and restore it, but I'm sure I'll come up with something. You might have seen a few videos ago, I did a car boot haul and I picked up a gate catch. It was rusty, and I've always fancied trying to get rust off with vinegar. So I thought, perfect example. So I popped it in some vinegar and I'll show you where I'm up to with it. Right, it's been sat in this Quality Street tub, and I don't want to disturb it by moving it because it will bring up all the rust, but let me just open it now and then we'll move it. There's certainly a layer of rust at the bottom there. Let me show you a bit closer. Yeah, so some of it wasn't submerged, this bit of the handle here, but yeah, you can see the rust at the bottom there, all settled. The smell is, yeah, not nice. It's been in there now for probably just over 6 days. So let's get it out, give it a wash down and just see what it looks like without doing anything else to it. Okay, so I think I've got a small piece first. just falling off. Should give it a wipe first before I put it in the water. Yeah. And I say part of this handle wasn't submerged most of the time, but look, you can see it's coming off. Last piece. There's like a layer of rust at the bottom. Say this is just an experiment. I've heard some people mention about baking soda as well with the vinegar. It's more effective. So let's just give these a wipe down. Yeah, I can really smell that metallic-y smell now. It's the majority of the rust. I'll stick it in some fresh water. Get a brush on it. Oh wow, look at that. See on that, just scrubbed it a bit back to raw metal. So it's taking the paint off as well. Well, it's taking the majority of the paint off. There's still some on there. Yeah, look at the difference of that. Difference there. Raw steel. Yeah, I think, to be honest, after 3 days is enough. I don't think it's worth leaving it any longer than that. It seems to be doing the job after 3 days. There was the same sort of sediment was at the bottom, the rusty gunge. So it's just all falling off now, really easily. Yeah, pleased with that. Yeah, I'll finish that off later, give it another scrub, give it a coat of black hammerite, and I've got a gate that I want to put this on actually. Good as an experiment anyway. I was just curious myself. I've seen others do it. It's always worth trying yourself. Brill. I was shopping a few weeks ago with my wife and we saw these in a store that's basically baskets that hang from a shelf. So you have them like that, hang on a shelf, and then you can put things underneath. Reduced from £5 something, I think they were for the pair, reduced to £3, and then we got to the counter, they were £1 for the two. Can't go wrong. Now, I've not got a shelf that will suit these, but up there, I've got 2 empty spaces. So let's stick them up and see how they work. They won't slot over the shelf, but maybe I can drill some holes. Managed to make a mistake there. I had to drill another set of holes. I was drilling through a screw on that side, so move it along slightly. And it's strange as well with tools, sometimes you forget you got them, especially when you make them. I made this drill dust catcher a while back. Check out the other video on my channel. Let's put that on and use it for the next set of holes. Right, I've decided to bring them out a little bit further anyway actually, so I can get behind it and also I can get on top and then take them out when I need to. Pleased with that. More storage. So next, last week I was in Lidl and I saw this. It's a sawing guide, or a clamp and sawing guide. I may be buying a table saw and I may be buying a track saw, but I thought in the short term this might work well for me. Up to now, I usually put a piece of wood over a bit of timber and then clamp it using some quick clamps. It costs £12.99, made by Parkside. Now I know that Lidl isn't in every country, but I'm sure there's equivalents out there. Made of aluminium, and it's got plastic clamps at both ends. Lever there, but when you've locked it in position, slide the two clamps in, lock the handle down, and it locks in place. Now, there's a few flaws with it, but let me show you a bit more in detail. Plastic here, on each foot there it's rubber, and then to pull that back, pull this lever, and see it moves slightly. So if you pull it back to whatever position, and that's locked back in place, you can't push it any further. If you notice as well, these turn so you can do up to 20-degree cuts. The biggest problem I've got with it, it's only a reach of 1 meter, and for 8x4 sheets or 2,400 by 1,200, it's not going to work. I think when they first made these, it was 1,200 wide, 1,200 capacity, but yeah, they only go up to 1 meter. Now the other problem, I'll show you. Squeeze it as much as possible. Obviously, when you're doing a cut, you'd find out your line you want to cut with, and then clamp that down. So that's locked in place, but if you can see there, there's probably about 1 millimeter of movement. For me, I'm not too worried because I can compensate for that, and in fact I might just put a little bit of tape on the inside of the runner. And they're really my only two concerns. I'll show you doing a cut with the circular saw. Of course you can use a jigsaw and a router as well, so it's good for that. It does say it's a clamp as well, but I don't think there's enough force to, when you're gluing up, if you're putting planks together and to give it a lot of force, there's only probably about 5 mil of squeeze on it, so I won't be using it for that. I'll just be using it for cutting. And there we go, that looks as straight as can be. I'm happy with that. I can live with that movement, I'm not too fussed. In fact, look there, that clamp's pushing against it, so there's no movement. If I move it out of the way, there's the jiggle. It's only about 1 millimeter, but yeah, I can compensate for that. A shame it's not 1.2 meters long. Well, in fact, it is 1.2 meters long, but there's not enough meat on there to take the feet on both ends. And again, I'm going to use it for circular saws, jigsaws, routers. What I might do actually is from the distance from the blade to the outer of the plate, I might write on here wicks, because it's a wick circular saw, and then put the distance. So if I'm marking up a piece of timber, then I know I've got to allow for that distance. And I'll probably do the same on the jigsaw as well. Nice hook hanger at the end. So now to the giveaway. Let me show you what I've got. So I was looking on my tool wall thinking, is anything that I use on here currently that someone else might like? And obviously it's not going to be one of my items. I'll get you a new version. And then I thought I'd throw in a little restoration project as well, and then maybe a old tool. So anyway, let me show you what I've got. So first thing is one of these retractable pencils. I've actually done a video on one of these. It's got a little pencil sharpener at the end, and then it's got lead that you pump and it pushes out the lead. It actually comes with 3 extra leads and 3 in yellow for steel work. So it comes like that as a pack. I've done a video on it, just check it out on my channel. So that's the first item. Second item, did a video on one of these as well. Wolfcraft 3D straddle square for when you're lining up pieces of timber. You can get a perfect square if you're lining out to do a cut, or if you want to draw lines set in from the outside of the timber. Again, I've done a video on it, and again, these are going to be new items. They're not going to be these. I'll get you some new ones. And for this competition giveaway, all I'm asking is you subscribed and you just comment below 1000. In numbers, so not in writing, but in numbers, so 1000. Then you can put any comments you like afterwards. As long as you got that at the start of the comment, that's great, and you subscribed, and that'll enter you into the competition. I'm sure there's some of you don't want to be entered in the competition, so yeah, that's why I've done that. So I'll do the draw. It's probably going to be the 13th of August, which is next Saturday, and then I'll upload a video doing a random draw. So straddle square, that's going in with it as well. Hey, I wasn't expecting to get to 1,000 this quick, so I've not been organised, but I'll get these, they'll be new and they'll be sent out to you anywhere in the world. So next is one of these protractor angle finders. I've drew the lines on there. Again, yours will be new. For finding angles, they're great for doing skirting boards, for example, or coving, if you've got irregular shaped corners. And for any piece of woodwork or joinery, they're a great little asset to your toolbox. Again, I've done a video on that, so check it out on my channel. Next, and this is actually what you'll get. It won't be a new version, but I thought it might be a nice little resto job. So a vernier caliper. Works okay, seems fairly accurate, just needs a bit of cleanup. So hopefully someone will be happy with that. So that's in as well. So I wanted to give something else as well, a bit of a restoration thing, and I've come up with that, a London bus. So I don't know what year it is. The wheels look a bit wobbly, but they've actually just come off their rims. Sorry, the tyres have just come off their rims. So they just want fixing back into place, strip down, tidy up, repaint. See London by bus. Don't know how old it is, but yeah, I'm going to put that in there as well. Look quite nice when it's done. Next are these Blue Spots 5-piece hex drilling titanium drill bit set. So add these spare. I'll actually send those. So they're going in there as well. And last but by no means least, Weekend Shed Head stickers. I had these made up a while ago actually, and I'm going to change the design. So these are going to be the last ones of this style. So anyway, I'll stick a few of them in there as well. And I think I'll put a bonus item in there. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I'll put something else in. So yeah, stick a comment below, 1,000, and then whatever comment you want to write afterwards. Good luck. So I hope you enjoyed that quite long video. It's great to have you on board. And if you're new here, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. That's marvellous. Comment anything below, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Cheers.